recognize the gentlelady from Arizona, Ms. Ansari, for her 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you for being here, Secretary Chavez-DeRemer. For the past 55 years, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, that we've talked about quite a few times today, has worked to assure safe and healthy working conditions by setting and enforcing standards and providing training, outreach, education, and assistance. Every day, blue-collar, hard-working Americans, whether they are building our homes, fixing our streets, picking up our food, delivering our packages, they rely on OSHA to make sure they have protections and safety from injury or death in the workplace. OSHA also protects employees from retaliation when they raise safety concerns. I'm wondering, Secretary, if you will commit to protecting workers from employer retaliation when they raise safety concerns, especially in frontline and immigrant-heavy industries.
It is a core mission of the Department of Labor to first and foremost protect the American worker and make sure they're safe, and that includes any whistleblower complaints, and we will fully enforce the law and work with the agency heads to do so, and I will commit to working with your office.
Thank you. Secretary Chavez-DeRemer, do you support calls to abolish OSHA like those from my fellow Arizonan Congressman Andy Biggs?
I don't know any, I can't reference what the congressman talked about. I don't know of that comment. OSHA is fundamentally instrumental to the Department of Labor to protect the American worker.
Okay. And President Trump's nominee for OSHA director is David Keeling. While he was the top safety official at UPS, he was the top reason for injuries, resulting in 20% of incidents, and President Trump's own administration cited UPS and sought the maximum penalty. If confirmed, Mr. Keeling would be in charge of carrying out OSHA's heat safety efforts. And given his history, do you believe Mr. Keeling is qualified to take on this role?
Mr. Keeling was appointed nominated by the President. As he moves his way through the confirmation process, I'll look to the Senate on advice and consent that he will come to the Department of Labor, if so confirmed, and work with him. And I look forward to working with my colleague in the Department of Labor to assist in all of the safety factors that are important to the Department of Labor. And I will always fully enforce the law and work with my colleagues to do the same.
And I know last year you yourself said, and I quote, "As we face hotter summers and more frequent extreme heat events, our communities need to be able to rely on prompt federal assistance to reduce the risk of heat-related illnesses and deaths." Do you still agree with that statement?
Well, I certainly never want an American worker to be unsafe or hurt. Outside of, again, we're talking about this heat rule. I cannot speculate.
It's not about the rule, though. Do you stand by your statement?
Well, I certainly want to protect all American workers. That is important to the Department of Labor and as a secretary.
And especially from heat-related. Okay.
And
is it true that the chairman of this committee sent a letter to you earlier this year to rescind those heat, illness, and injury rules?
I received several letters from the chairman and as well as other congressmen. I don't know specific to that statement. I'd have to go back and look at what the letter specifically said.
So you don't know whether or not you responded to that letter?
I'm sure I have responded, but I couldn't say right now, and I'd love to get back with your office to make sure that I'm being correct in what I'm giving you.
To me, this is incredibly important, just like my colleague from Texas. I represent Phoenix, Arizona. This is an issue that is literally a matter of life or death in Phoenix. Last summer, 608 people, at least, that we can confirm, in Maricopa County died as a result of extreme heat. This year, we already had our first heat-related death, with more than 63 that are under investigation. When I was on the Phoenix City Council, I also have a background in local government. We led a process and passed a bipartisan heat safety rule, worker protection rule for workers. It was broadly and widely supported both by labor unions, especially the construction industry and those who work at our airports, as well as the business community. And this is also why yesterday I introduced 3 bills related to extreme heat. I really, really hope that the rule that is being worked on will be ambitious and will really consider extreme heat and worker protections. I think it's absolutely shameful to advocate against heat safety measures in the workplace, like some people on this committee had. And I also have sent you a letter earlier this spring. Mine was requesting on an updated timeline for finalizing the heat rules and encouraging you to do so. So really, I really implore this, because in states like Arizona, the legislature is constantly attacking workers. We're a right-to-work state. There is not enough protections, and people are dying and will continue to die if we don't have ambitious federal standards. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and I know we haven't met, so I look forward to working with your office as well. Thank you.